Hey guys, it's Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day number 302 of quitting alcohol. Today I just wanted to talk about sleep. Sleep when you're quitting drinking alcohol and how it goes in the beginning, what it becomes like later on, where I'm at now with it being 10 months in. And first and foremost, when I was sleeping when I was a drinker, my sleep was I'd knock out, right? I'd fall asleep instantly because I was down in 2 bottles of red wine and a bunch of beers every single night. So all that alcohol just basically made me pass out, for lack of a better term. I mean, I wouldn't just like fall over and pass out, obviously, but the minute I hit the pillow to go to sleep, I was out, right? But the thing was, the sleep I was getting wasn't really good sleep. It was just my body trying to deal with all this poison I just dumped into it. I'm sitting there sweating. I'd wake up in the middle of the nights with sweats. Sometimes my heart would be pounded out of my chest. I'd have to get up and use the bathroom several times in the middle of the night from all that liquid I drank, And on the really, really bad nights, of course, hungover, maybe I'd get up because I was nauseous and have to throw up. That didn't happen very often, but there was the odd occasion that would happen. And my sleep in general, I didn't dream much. There was almost no brain activity going on. I was just zonked out, and I'd wake up feeling very unrested. Even if I slept for 9 or 10 hours, like on my days off, I would still wake up feeling groggy, like I needed more sleep. And so don't kid ourselves thinking that, alcohol helps us get some real good sleep. Quite the contrary, there's been studies done showing that you don't really get into that good REM sleep if you've had a bunch of alcohol to drink. Your body just doesn't get there because it's too active dealing with all this crap in your system, right? So there's that. That's sleep with alcohol. That's what it was like for me. I never felt well rested. I always wanted to stay in bed longer, and it was just kind of crap sleep. Go to the first month I quit drinking, and it was rough. You're used to taking a drug to knock out every single night. So now that's gone. And so you're laying there in bed, your thoughts are spinning because, for the first time now, at whatever time you go to bed, your mind's active and alert and not numbed out with alcohol. So you've got more brain activity. You're thinking about things. And, calming your mind and letting thoughts go is kind of a key part to falling asleep. If you're sitting there lost in your thoughts and thinking and thinking and thinking, at least for me, it makes it darn near impossible sometimes to go to sleep. So that would start to happen, and that made it difficult. And then I just think physically your body's going through, alcohol withdrawals. You're going through, your body hormone levels, dopamine levels, different things are adjusting that first month of quitting alcohol. So things just aren't right. You're having a difficult time. Chemical imbalance is going on. So going to sleep can be a challenge, right? And how did I navigate that? I just dealt with the sleepless nights. I mean, I would always fall asleep eventually. My routine was always going to bed about midnight. And when I first quit drinking alcohol, I'd go to bed at midnight and toss and turn till sometimes, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, depending on the night. And then I would finally fall asleep. And then, but the key there was when I did fall asleep, it was actually well-rested sleep. I noticed that sometimes even if I only got 6 hours sleep, let's say, when I quit drinking, I felt more well-rested than if I had gotten 9 hours, passing out drunk. And so, you got to keep that in mind. You're going to get a better quality of sleep, even though you're getting less of it in the beginning. And So that went on for about the first month. It was just really difficult dealing with all that adjustment and learning how to fall asleep without the alcohol. And there were days where I would take a nap during that time because I just didn't get enough sleep at night, and it was worth taking a nap midday. Now later on, I don't really like to do that because I feel like I sleep better at night if I don't take a nap. But sometimes those sleepless nights were so rough that I was just so lacking sleep that I would just knock out. What was interesting is when I would take that nap around, 5, 6 o'clock or whatever it was, I was just out fast, you know. And so if you're finding yourself in that first month not getting good sleep, you know, I would encourage you to maybe take a nap, you know, because you're probably going to toss and turn anyway when it's bedtime again. At least if you get an hour in, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours for a nap, you're at least getting some sleep there, you know. So, but all that stopped after about a month. I started sleeping really good and having the best night's sleeps I had had in like 20 years, 2 decades, sorry. And I was sleeping really good for a long, long time. And I've always had a problem going to sleep. You know, my mind is pretty active and I'm learning to control that and shut it down more. And it's getting better and better. But ever since I was a kid, even when I wasn't drinking, sleep for me was one of those things where I wouldn't quite label it insomnia, where you don't sleep very good at all. But I mean, definitely not the easiest to fall asleep, you know. And but for some reason I hit this phase for at least a few months after that first month where sleep was just amazing. And so then, you know, lately here I still struggle often. Sometimes I go right to sleep, sometimes I toss and turn. But overall, I want to tell you guys that sleep is so much better now, even though I still sometimes have a difficult time falling to sleep. It's a lot better than it ever was when I was drinking. So we need to get away from the excuse that alcohol helps us sleep, because the sleep you're getting when you're drunk is crap. You know, you're going to feel more well rested, even if you get less sleep and you're not drinking, and all that stuff normalizes and goes away. I'm sure if I didn't struggle with sleep in general all the time, you know, I'd be sleeping perfectly. But, you know, my uncle has trouble sleeping and he takes melatonin. I've never played around with that. I hear some people have some luck with that. I don't know what kind of side effects come along with that or whatever, but something to think about. I mean, melatonin helps a lot of people go to sleep. So that might help you guys maybe in that first month where you're struggling, you know, trying to fall asleep. But and I think getting good rest is really important in this journey. So that's it for today, guys. If you guys are enjoying these videos, please give them a like, subscribe to the channel if you can, and most importantly, remember, sauce ain't the boss. You are. You guys have a great day.